Yes, guys. Everything bite-sized here. Right, so I'm going to read out another Reddit post over the top of footage of me playing Into the Dead 2. Um, I usually do funny stuff, but I decided to do something serious that includes bereavement because I've gone through a lot of bereavement and lost quite a few people in the past 5 years or so. So I thought it might be a bit cathartic to talk about something as serious as like this. It's called I lost my riding buddy on Wednesday. He was too young. Anyway, let me take a deep breath because I get very panicky when I'm reading things out when I'm recording. All right. I was 33 before I got my first motorcycle in August of 2015. It was a 2014 Yamaha WR2 50R. No idea what that means. Anyway, for the first month after I bought it, I rode it on the street mostly. That sounds illegal, but I wanted to ride it on trails and I wanted to ride with friends. None of my friends or family had dirt bikes, so I bought a TW200 and a KLX 250S. I have no idea. I have fucking no idea what any of this means. Anyway, it's a motorbike, so I would have something for them to ride. None of my friends really got into it, so I'd still go riding by myself. I wasn't very good at it, and I didn't really know where any trails were near my home. I used Google Maps satellite views to find trails nearby, and I would go out and try to ride on them by myself, which isn't a great idea for a beginner. One day in September 2015, I was trying to ride some trails near a reservoir in my town, and I was having a hard time getting my bike around the gate through a dried up creek bed when I met three kids on four wheelers. I'm guessing four wheelers are quad bikes. I asked them for help and asked them where some good trails were. They helped me get my bike out of the creek bed and I followed them to some better trails. One of those kids was the boy in the photo. He had just turned 14 at the time, but he could ride a four wheeler like a boss. Oh, this is sounding really wholesome at first, but it's going to get tragic. I told him I had some extra dirt bikes that he and his friend could ride with me, and I asked their parents if it would be okay, and they said yes. This is so wholesome at first, man. Oh no, this is gonna get really bad. So I took them riding. My buddy was the only one of us that didn't wreck that day, lol. After that, we rode almost every weekend for 2 years. I bought some brand new faster bikes, a 2016 Beta 250 RR2T and a Beta 500 RS in the photo. He would always ride the 500 RS while I rode the 250 RR because I like two strokes better. He loved that bike and I begged me to put a FMF exhaust on it to make it louder, so I did. My wife and I don't have any kids of our own, so I spoiled him like he was my own son. Oh man, this sounds so bad already. Let me just have a little bit of tea and a vape. One sec. This sounds so sad already. Like I feel like I might actually cry. Um, this is going to be so sad. He had a lot of friends of a surprisingly wide range of ages who liked to ride, but most of them didn't have bikes, so I bought a few more. Fucking hell, how much money has this guy got? Nearly every weekend for the past 2 years, even in the colder winter, we would load up my truck and sometimes a trailer or a second truck with bikes and friends and go riding. The group of friends we took would change, but he was the one who went every time and who coordinated who would come with us. When he turned 15 and got his learner's permit, I let him drive my Tundra and pull the trailer. Parentheses, he was much better at parking a trailer than I am. It was nice having a chauffeur after a hard day of riding as an overweight 35-year-old. It's a bit weird, like this 35-year-old just like hanging around with a bunch of kids, but I get it. Like you bond over something like fishing or like dirt bike riding. It's like a manly thing, you know what I mean? Like so, it sounds pretty wholesome. Like, but it's obviously of all these horror stories you hear nowadays, like some alarm bells ring, but it sounds like everything's above board so far. I got a call Wednesday morning at 9:30 from a number I didn't have in my phone. He's dead, the woman's voice said. Who's dead? Who is this? I asked. With many people running through my oh no. With many people running through my head in a split second, I waited the answer, and it was his friend's name. She said as she cried. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I ran upstairs to tell my wife. I still couldn't believe it and didn't cry. It was just surreal. Yeah, I can relate. I can relate to that. I got a bunch of other calls and texts from his other friends as they found out because they all wanted me to know. I called my dad, who liked my friends a lot, to tell him. I found that it was very hard to get the words out to someone to tell someone else. See, this started so wholesome, and now I wish I don't know whether this was actually be would actually be therapeutic for me or whether I should have just left it. But it's too late now. I'm stuck in the middle of it. So I took a quick shower and prepared to go to his parents' house and offer my condolences and anything else they might have needed. When I got there, his group of friends that we rode with were outside the house crying, and that's when it hit me and the tears started flowing. His grandmother came to us, and I went to give her a hug when she said, with a forced smile and tears, "You lost your riding buddy," and we hugged and cried together. Oh man, I lost my best mate to suicide, so just sucks, man. I've lost other people to alcoholism. My stepdad from when I was younger, friends. Anyway, his mother was a total wreck, and his father was nearly catatonic, standing still and staring into space. Oh, I can't believe I forgot this. The guy who killed himself, my mate, his mum also died of cancer, and I was close with her as well. Oh man, it's reading this is like it's like I've been shoving it into the back of my head, and then reading this, like it's all starting to come out a little bit. Anyway. His mother was a total wreck, and his father was nearly catatonic, standing still and staring into space. We all tried to cheer each other up by telling stories about my friend and how great he was, and the great and funny things he had done. It was a mix of cheerful laughter and the saddest grief. He died from crashing his Can-Am four-wheeler on a windy country road while heading home from a 4th of July party out in a popular place for people who like to ride ATVs. He crashed just a mile from the end of the road before the straight stretch to get to his house. He was the best four-wheeler rider any of us had ever seen, and he had ridden that road hundreds of times before, so we don't know how it happened. He went off the road in a curve and rode along the narrow and steep bank for over 200 feet before the four-wheeler got stuck between two trees and hurled him through the woods. Oh, I just remembered another friend I lost when I was younger in a motorbike accident. He used to take the piss and ride dangerously, and all of us knew it was going to happen one day, but it still really fucked us up when it happened. I'm not going to go into details, but I had to walk past his grave, where he got killed, every time I wanted to go into town. Anyway, oh man, so much stuff's flooding back. Anyway, I'll try and fucking read this again. He died from crashing his Can-Am four-wheeler on a windy country road while heading home from a 4th of July party out in a popular place for people to ride ATVs. He crashed just a mile from the end of the road before the straight stretch to get to his house. He was the best four-wheeler rider any of us had ever seen, and he had ridden that road hundreds of times before, so we don't know how it happened. He went off the road in a curve and rode along the narrow and steep bank for over 200 feet before the four-wheeler got stuck between two trees and hurled him through the woods. He was alone when it happened, and we don't know how long he was out there, but he was found at 5:30 in the morning by a person headed to work. His four-wheeler was still running. Police say he probably died instantly. His chest was crossed. Yeah, fortunately, my mate who died in the motorbike, they say he died instantly as well, which I suppose is some solace. But obviously, it still doesn't fucking really do much. But anyway, he was 2 months away from getting his driver's license, and he was so excited. He was so smart and talented and well loved by everyone who knew him. Losing him is an incredible loss, and too soon. His funeral was Saturday. His friends and I are going to ride our dirt bikes in his funeral procession. That's nice, I like that. He will be buried wearing the camo clothes he liked to wear next to his grandfather. I will miss him always. Edit. Some of you have expressed a desire to help his family out. They have set up a GoFundMe page to help pay for funeral arrangements. Edit 2. No crowdfunding is allowed on here, so I guess you can help him if you can find it. If you're so inclined, you can search the GoFundMe site for his name or PM me and I'll send you the link. This is a news article about his death, so it doesn't sound like a scam. Sounds legit. There's too much detail for it to be a scam, I think. Anyway, I'll read some of the comments. This has actually really upset me, to be honest with you. I've lost more people than I care to remember. You kind of just put things into the back of your head, don't you? And you just move on with life, but it's always there. Like every now and then, like my best friend who committed suicide, he was like my absolute best mate since I was like 12 or 13. And We had our own culture, our own language, our own sense of humor, our own slang. Um, and losing him was a big blow, man. A big blow. Uh, Anyway, some of the comments say, "You were a wonderful presence in his life and brought him years of joy. Impossible loss, but thank you for the story and sorry for you and your family's pain." Wow, your story really touched me, man. Riding brings people of all ages together, and I'm so sorry for your loss. This is absolutely devastating. Pegs down for your riding buddy this month. I'm guessing that's some sort of motorcycle reference. Like, anyway, so sorry. You are a true inspiration and role model. The loss you are feeling will be dwarfed by the great memories you created with time. Hang in there. Good on you for all you did for him and his friends. I'll tell you what, I still don't feel like I've grieved my mate passing properly. Like, it's been years now, but every now and then I'll think of something hilarious and I'll go, "Oh, send it to Ben," and then I'm like, "Oh fuck, he's dead." Anyway, more comments, more replies. As I'm reading this, I'm in tears and I'm feeling what is probably a small fraction of the pain you are feeling now. It's always immeasurably tragic when the good in this world is prematurely taken from us. Keep his spirit and his energy close to your chest, and he will always be with you, no matter where you are. Sincere condolences. I am truly sorry for your loss. All right, I might leave it there. That's very sad. So it started very wholesome, like a bunch of lads fucking around on some like off-road vehicles, which sounds really fun. I had the opportunity to do a little bit of that when I was growing up. So, but like, yeah, no, it sounds like these guys are really into it. Had a really strong bond, and then boom. It makes me wonder if because he done that route so often, and it just sounds weird him crashing. It makes me wonder if maybe he had some sort of medical event while he was riding, and then that's why he lost control. Not that it really matters because he's gone, so he's gone. But whatever. Anyway, I feel bad like putting a call to action at the end of a video like this. But yeah, subscribe to my channel for more like this. Check out my hilarious shorts. You probably won't find them like that funny after watching this, but yeah, check out my channel, subscribe, and I'm sorry for everyone else who has lost people in their lives. Peace.